now, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite way to learn about the latest gaming news. It's the SAMTIME News! And it's game time. Hello and welcome to the SAMTIME News, where you get the latest and greatest news on video games. I'm your host, Sam Tucker, aka SAMTIME. Let's get into some stories. Going to be a short episode this week. We only have one major story, and that is the new MacBook Pro with Retina Display. Now, Apple recently at the WWDC 2012 conference, that's Worldwide Developer Conference, released their new MacBook Pro, which is very MacBook Air-like in that it's thinner and takes out the CD drive and all this other stuff, but it's also iPad-ish, because the new iPad, of course, has the Retina display with all the pixels so dense you can't even see them, they're that small. So that's why they've introduced to the new MacBook Pro 15-inch, the Retina display, where the pixels are so small you can't even see them. Now, you're asking, Sam, how does this relate to gaming? Why are you bringing this up, you Apple fanboy? Hey, I'll tell you how it links in. The new Diablo, I always say the new, but it's not that new, it's been out for a little bit. Anyway, Diablo 3 are going to release an update to their game, which will work with the new MacBook Pro Retina display. So this could be a super high definition Diablo 3. And I wonder, can the MacBook Pro handle such high density gaming graphics? I mean, I know it's a powerful machine, but Macs and gaming weren't always the strongest of friends. So I wonder, is it going to be that good? But I suppose it has to be good because they're doing it specially for it. So maybe they'll code it really nice and make it work beautifully for it. So I'm looking forward to that because I already have Diablo 3 and I've actually put an order in for a MacBook Pro Retina display. Now let me tell you, I think a couple of days after it was announced, the new MacBook Pro with Retina display, I went down to Chadstone before work because I was working late that evening, and I went in there and I said, "Oh, can I have this new MacBook Pro?" And they said, "Oh, sorry, it's out of stock. You'll have to go on a waiting list." Oh, this happens with all Apple's products. They're always out of stock. Why don't you just make enough of your stuff, Apple? Because I want it and everyone wants it. And you know, the tragedy of the matter is that even though they're out of all this stock, I'm still going to buy it. I'll wait. I'm a sucker for their marketing. I love their Apple stuff. But the new iPhone 5 is going to have a longer screen. That's just, why are they messing around with the good stuff? Steve wouldn't approve of this. Steve Jobs would be turning in his grave. Anyway, I want that MacBook Pro. I'll put an order in. It's going to come online. It'll get delivered and it'll be so much better. A little behind the scenes here. It'll be so much better editing these high definition videos on a MacBook Pro because a MacBook Air just get, my MacBook Air, I can't handle the high definition videos. I would take forever. And that's why it takes so long to render these things on that very thin bit of high-tech computing. I can't wait for the MacBook Pro. It'll be so much easier. Anyway, sorry about the short episode. Longer episode coming next week. The quote of the week for this week is... No comments were left on this video. If you have a better quote of the week, please leave it in the comments of this video. It only takes a second. Seriously do it. Subscribe, please, to support the show, and like if you like it. Tell your friends. We need this thing to go global. Put it on forums, put it on blogs. Tell people who you see with your eyes, and they'll love it. That's all we have for this week's show. I will see you next week. SAMTIME, signing off. Signing off. Subscribe today.